Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Switch here with another keto diet video, and today it's going to be a little different, a little bit funny. I will draw some stuff on the paint, I will type something, and I will just basically explain the way how I feel it and why I'm on the keto. So why you want to be on the keto diet. So yeah, I mean I don't need to draw, but it's going to be fun at least. So I'm just going to draw two people, and then one person will be unhappy because it's going to be obese, really extremely hot person, really chubby, and there's no really point to saying like example of what that person weight is. That's no point. It's just, as you can see, it's just massive. And then we will have the other person, which is, well, not like super fit, but it's slim. But slim, that doesn't mean fit, you know, because I'm actually slim and I still obese in some percentage. So that doesn't mean I'm not happy. I'm happy. Happy. That's the happy face. It's enough. It's a happy face. And then this person is not anorectic, so it's going to be a little bit like that, for example. And there we go. So you have two people. I don't like that happy face. I must be happy. My drawing skills are not that good though, as you can see. Okay, so that's a happy face. And there you go, right? So we have the person like a really fat person, and then the person which, well, it's not fit. We're not talking about the person who is like ripped off and everything. It's just normal person, average person. Although in some countries that might be like that, this first person might look like average. Usually the most obese it's in the America. Well, that makes sense because it's the biggest, and then the United Kingdoms. So that's the stats. Okido. And for those people who are like really have a problem, struggle with the body mass, with the amount of fat, they usually trying to choose some diet. And I'm not saying the most of the people choosing the keto. That's not the point. I'm just trying to say that like the majority of people who are choosing the diets, and in this scenario we're talking about the keto, so they're just choosing the diet because they just want to. Yes, you're right. They want to lose the fat. So you're just going to type this right now. Why you want to be on the keto? But losing the fat, that doesn't mean you have to be on the keto, but I just have to give some examples. So the first point is to lose fat, right? And you might think like probably that's the everything behind this, right? Like what's the point to being on the diet, to any diet, like losing the fat? So what examples we can give? What more examples we can give to having the losing the fat? So that's all right? I mean, you can put also like to be more healthy. And yeah, that's probably older example. Although I think I'm in the group actually of the people like actually I have like a healthy lifestyle, but also with that being said, I don't really care about it. Like, wait, what? So what's the reason you're doing that? Yeah, I will just tell you my reason why I'm doing that. Why I'm doing the keto. So the majority of people who are like really strongly fat, they don't really care about the healthiness, because if they would care about the healthiness, they wouldn't be fat in the first place, right? So, but I'm just giving an example to like some people might choose like, okay, we are more healthy because on the keto. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all going to die, you know. So just a spoiler alert. So there's not such thing like even the living is it's not healthy. So and this is, you might take a piece from this one, but actually, I will just type something like actually being constantly on any strict diet is not healthy, and just the reasoning of like people on like massive channels, Instagrams, YouTubes or whatever, it's just for merchandising and marketize the product. So although yeah, like we know we're on the keto state, so we're just doing like a carb loading days and such, but still it's not healthy. That's why basically what I'm doing after some period of time, like for example 6 months or 9 months, I'm just totally swapping to eat whatever I like. But this is just some additional stuff. So that's what I said. Like I just done the mistake. Oh, we're typing strict.
Strict.
Like top right? I just missed the T. Okay, so yeah, being constantly on a strict diet is not healthy, obviously, but it's just some reminder for those people who think like, oh my god, I'm on the keto, so I'm just going to do every sweet with the erythritol and other sweeteners. Yeah, but those sweeteners and other stuff like you eating constantly, that's also the crap. So I mean, at the end of the day, if you really want to be strict, you need to be on like a keto diet prescribed from the doctors, which, well, it's not just like some hidden mystery. What I'm trying to say, you just cannot exceed 20 grams of that carbs at all, and your diet is just 90% of the fat. So it's not like just, oh, we're just gonna add some extra proteins because it's more fancy to do some, food on the Instagram or whatever. So yeah, but I guess this is like can be like other totally subject. Okay, so we're having like a losing a fat to be more healthy. So I don't know about that to be more healthy, but I just want to give you some other example. But what about the people who are totally fine, and like I said, they're slim. So because the majority of people they're trying to go to the diet because they're like massively obese. They're struggling with obviously with the legs. They can't really walk properly. They need to sit all the time and stuff. And this is like really big issue. I mean, when you're a kid, you're not realizing that, but when you will hit like early 40s, I guess, or after 30s, you might just struggle, and then you'll be just struggling all your life. So, just give me a second, because as you know, I don't really like to editing my videos. I'm just trying to give you some other example, which it's not example of me, or it's not the example of the slim person. Losing the fat, some people might choose to be more healthy. Also, like I said, it's quite fun statement. Like, I don't really care about my healthiness, although I'm actually doing everything like as a healthy lifestyle. But I will just get into that. Think fat to be more healthy. There's some other examples, obviously. If you are bulimic, you want to stop it, so you just want to suppress your bad habits and such. But I don't really need to add this, or do I? Like, because the losing a fat and being bulimic, they're like totally two different things, right? So, excusez-moi. So I don't know really how to put it, but trying to change bad habits because this is like really important if you are actually bulimic. Although I don't know, I typed this alright. I hope you don't mind. I'm checking. I mean, for me, it's also the learning the English. So bulimic, yeah. So yeah, that's really crazy bad habit. And like the thing is, like, lots of people who are actually like really obese, they don't realize they're bulimic. They think like, yeah, I have sometimes those days like I'm just eating 3 packages of cookies, and some of those days that means like every day. And at once, so imagine like you eating 1 package of cookies, and then there you go, you have like 1500 calories per package times 3, so we're having like 400, 4500 calories already, and then you're just going to add like 3 to 4 meals And there's some shite meals, obviously, some crap, not really decent meals, but still they will be, even if they're like sandwiches and they don't having like lots of calories, we're just gonna say like 300 calories, so that's going to be 4 times, and that still is going to equals 1200 calories, right? So altogether we're talking about 570, excuse me, 670, yeah, 6, and there you go. So there's no fucking way, even if you will be on the diet and you are not going, be strict with this diet. So there's no fucking way, even if you will be doing like about 6,700. There's no freaking way you're just going to, be at any point of your life looking normally. Because you're just consuming something close to 6,000 or 7,000 calories, and then for example, because you right now starting to be on the diet, on the healthy lifestyle, so sort of like you want to go to the gym and you just do some gym session, it will burn 400 calories, and for example you're just like really want to do much more than that, so then you're just doing the cardio on the top of this, and then you're just doing the 400 calories as well, and overall you have obviously a little bit of extra metabolism after working out, and then eventually you just even burning 1000 calories per day. Oh fuck me. And so it's like you feel crazy good, energized, like you've done nice work, and there you go, 6700. So yeah, this is like if people have no clue at all, so what they're doing. So 67, there you go. And obviously this is maybe like a little bit too high example, although I think it's like really a correct one, because actually I know the people from my background, they doing that. So this example is not just from whatever, from the space. This is just example how the people behave. So I'm trying to change maybe the bad habits, but the thing is with the changing the bad habits, you need to be aware to change those bad habits. So this is actually the really tricky part, changing your bad habits if you don't know you have one. And the people who can be like, for example, on this picture, like twice bigger than this guy, for example, and doesn't matter what's the weight, but I'm just going to say like the person who needs like, I don't know, 3 sittings chairs in the bus, they might not be aware totally, like, no, that's normal. I mean, just eating what I like, and that's normal. So anyway, so having the losing the fat to be more healthy, to trying to change bad habits, and then what if you slim, you don't care about to be healthy, and you don't have any bad, I mean, those like bulimic, because there might be some other bad habits. So what's the reasoning then? What's the reasoning for the slim guy? So the orange we're just going to leave as it is, and then I'm just going to use different color as an other examples. Although I don't know why I can't do without the color. Okay, we have number 4, number 5, number 6. I don't know how many, maybe just one example, but I just wanna keep it nice and tidy with the colors. So it's going to be green right now. I'm just gonna type whatever. I'm just going to select green. Green? Want green, do we? Okay. Going to be green. It's not going to be a green. All right. So, if you're slim, what's your reasoning behind the getting to the keto? So let's say you're the guy which training a lot and you bulking, right? So you wanna lose fat, but you actually fit. So to be, and how we type in shred? I've been doing so many mistakes today.
Shred.
Yeah, okay, we're fine. So to be shred, but before that, actually supposed to put like if you just average person and you're not going anywhere, to actually get to be a little bit, well, to be more fit. So to be more fit and to be shred, from the bulking cycle. Lots of bodybuilders do, even if they are on the high carb protein diet, right? High carbs, high proteins, carbohydrates, obviously high carbs, high proteins. So if you even of the high carbs and high proteins, and you want to be shred, then you just turning into the swapping into the keto state in the keto diet. Although there's lots of bodybuilders who are on the keto constantly. So yes, you can do the keto, and basically my keto diet right now, I've been already 2 times for 9 months, close to nine months each, and then I'm swapping to eat whatever I like. And when I feel after a couple of months maybe I need to do this, like right now, I just started a week ago and just going and swapping again. It's really healthy to understand like this healthy mind. I'm just talking about the mind. It's really healthy to understand like we are the human beings, and when we're having the cravings, we just need to go with this. It's not like you're going to do for 20 years or some crappy peanut butter with erythritol with the dark chocolate, and we're freezing this all the time, and you were just doing like sexy and amazing face because you're eating that just to have the views on Instagram, on the YouTube. It's like fuckloads of bollocks, and I will show you the channels which they're doing like content for 3 or more years because I follow them, and you will just surprise like how well marketing works basically. So just the people, they don't have fucking clue whatsoever how to be healthy on the keto, just simply because they think this is like some special recipe. Like I'm just going to type this right now, like you're on the keto, whoa, keto equals burning the fat. burning the fat, which means, and you actually running on the fat, right? So the fat is the fuel. So what's the conclusion then? The conclusion is you can eat how much the fuck fat you want. And no, that's wrong. That's the wrong thinking. Like everybody was just thinking like fat is the fuel, so that equals, yeah, we're just going to eat as much fat as possible in different scenarios, different meals. Because actually, if you're on the keto, the tasty food, I mean the fat food is really tasty. Like who don't want to eat like for example 4 sausages covered with 4 slices of bacon with the shredded cheese on it, with the eggs on it, with some olives and such, and you can just put those examples endlessly, but at the end of the day they have, what they have? Yes, they equals calories as well. Yay. So there we go. Yes. So there we go. So there's not like some amazing trick. The keto, it's not like a trick. It's just still a diet, which means still you have to count your macros, but I meant calories. But you need to count your macros as well, because if you will exceed the proteins, which most of the people don't realize that, especially those who are doing like 3 years channel on Instagram and they still fat. Because even if you're like really fucking fat fuck, after 2 to 3 years, you're supposed to be slim as fuck anyway. So obviously those people don't have any clue whatsoever. So if you will have exceeds the amount of proteins, I'm not giving to you now exact example, because every diet is different, depends of your body weight, obviously. But the most strict and like doctor diet, we're just talking about like 90% of your calories intakes is coming from the fat, and no question asked. You have to be really strict to measure those macros, like, because you're actually getting the lots of proteins just from the meat, yeah, you consume. So you have to be really strict. That's why I'm using chorizo all the time. The chorizo is must have, just simply because the 100 gram, 100 gram, I just said in Polish, 100 grams of the chorizo, it's a sausage, Spanish sausage, chorizo. It equals the 40 grams of fat, and it's really important to get like really high intake of fat, but the proteins, you can't just exceed the proteins. So in that rest of your macros, basically that 10%, it's just the proteins. Although you might get a little bit extra, but not like really excessive proteins, which means you're not doing any like a protein shakes or anything like that. Because then, if you're not on the keto because of that, because you exceeded the proteins intake, then you know what? You don't know. Well, your liver no longer doing the working, the making the keto cells basically. So you're not on the keto. So probably that's why the lots of people who like started to be on the keto, then they don't realizing that, and they don't really on the keto at all. They're just doing like a sort of keto meals, but they're not on the keto because they're exceeding the proteins intake. So there we go. So happy days. I mean, you don't have any value from actually being on the keto. I mean, you can slightly add a little bit extra if we're talking about the carbs, and then proteins not really, but you can. There are some high proteins, high fat and low carb diets when you're obviously building the mass, muscle mass. But you have to basically count everything properly and strictly, and yeah, the most people who just like on the normal keto starting, they probably exceeding the proteins, which means they're not on the keto. Okie dokie. So right now we just jump into another example to be more fit, to be shred. Obviously, if you're eating fat, lots of fat, which means it's a lot of calories, so you are not going to be slim, right? Lots of fat, lots of calories. So everything need to be counted. Right now, I'm not really able to tell you what's the amount of the proteins, just simply because I forget. But obviously, at some point I will be doing that video as well, because that's actually really, really, really important. That value 90% is basically like most commonly known as a doctor diet. That's the really strict one, and then we have like a moderation to it. Then we obviously having like right now, like I'm on the intermittent fasting, so I'm just eating 2 meals. We are having like later on 40 carbs. We having like per day instead of 20. Then we having like a 60 to 80 just before the workout. So like you doing like a proper massive workout, bodybuilding, and then the cardio and stuff. So you're just burning that. So then you basically your body is getting used to use two fuels, so the carbs as a fuel and the fats as a fuel. So that's bodybuilders and people who like constantly doing some workouts, they doing that. So that's really good. I used to be on that diet last year, which is excellent because you have so much power, like you not realizing. Although you can go like next week, whatever, like for 6 hours on the gym, and you can just be on the gym on the fasting period, which I done as well. Like I didn't add anything, and I was 6 hours on the gym, and the results actually I comparing like being on the fasting and eating a lot before, the like results are the same, they're similar. Actually, I think you feel better. Yeah, I think you feel better. I mean, just saying from my personal experience. So actually, I felt much better to not eating anything. So that's actually fun, right? But it only works if you're on the keto. Why? Because if you actually on the carb diet, you will have the dizziness in your head, just simply because you will burn out your glycogen, and then when you on the carbs, your body wants that glycogen, which means they want carbs. So from my point of view and personal experience, why you want to be on the keto, to not feel, although feel is 2E or double L, I was confused with this one. I'm just going to check. To not feel tired. Yeah, that's supposed to be like this. Sorry for my spelling, sorry for my English. Never really typing in English,
Feel.
but also I'm not that bad, I suppose. So tired.
Tired.
Yeah. So First thing first, you are never going to feel tired and then wait, what? Dude, he probably is taking some freaking steroids. That's why. No, no, that's not the case. We are normal here. So it's my reasoning. Do not feel tired because you are consuming the fat. So if you are actually this person here on the left side, which you are really crazy fat, and you're on the keto sauce, you're producing the keto sauce. I don't know why I'm doing like a red color, whatever. So you're just doing the keto sauce. Gonna type nicely keto. So what that means? That means you will burning your fat, and that's what the most people aiming for. And then, what's with the slim guy then? Well, I'm going to say, this is, for example, this is a switch. This is me. And somebody, if will look at me right now, I might say like, dude, you're just looking really good, you're fit, you're slim. Yeah. But Switch currently have 20% of the body fat because I was lazy. I was playing Diablo for 3 months, and for like 6 months I didn't done anything. So I actually get extra 10 kilos. So it's about like, I don't know, 3 pounds, something like that. Something like that, 2.5 pounds. Anyway, so and the most people just going to tell me like, dude, you are mental. You exercising, you're on the diet, you looks fine. And that's the thing. Like lots of people who are fat, just going to say fat, but you know, I don't trying to be rude, obese, highly obese, they trying to get rid of it. And that's great. That's, don't get me wrong, it's fine, it's good, you want to change something. But lots of people who like sort of slim, they are not realizing, yes, you are still having like lots of fat. So for me, I don't really want to be like shred. I just want to remove like a 5%. I will see. Maybe if I want to stay longer on the keto, I will remove to the point like maybe 13. So 7% gone. So then I will be just jumping into the state where I am going to eat whatever I like. And I will explain that at some point at some video as well. But the long story short is everybody, or like majority of population, are obese, higher or a little bit, but you need to be professional, you know, bodybuilder or a person who like really into you know, the daily routine exercise for a couple of years and stay with that habits to be in the shape all the time. You know, to have that body mass index on the proper level. So with me right now, I'm happy. I mean, I don't mind my body, how I'm looks like. I'm not you know, how to put it, ashamed or anything like. I just feel great. It's okay. So my reason is, the next reason is to obviously to have unlimited energy. Although you might think like this is the same, but it's not. Because the first example is just to not feel tired. So this is like a dizziness head. I don't know how to type dizziness, but I will just check this. Maybe now. Dizzy is double Z, right? Dizzy.
Dizzy.
Dizzy. Okay, so we're just going to do like dizzy head. You will know exactly what I mean. This is usually the case when you crouching somewhere, or you're doing the squat, or although like you're sitting on the ground a little bit and then you're just really fast standing up. So the dizzy head on the gym is actually, if you're on the carbs, it's actually a good experience, because then you're realizing you need to eat carbs. That means like your glycogen deplete and you need to eat the carbs. So that's actually good when you're on the carbs. But the thing is, I don't really like this. This is like really, that's always was like not really, I just said nice experience, but no, it's not really nice. I don't really like that. I just don't like that. I like to work out like for 5 hours and just be like a robot. And that's the second thing, like unlimited energy, because we don't need to eat anything because we're still having the fat. And the funny fact is, even if you will have, I'm just going to say like some crazy amount, even if you will have, that's a nice color. Even if you will have, let's say, which do it, I don't know, like 3% of the fat. So you just extremely shredded off some really, I don't know, this guy on steroids and stuff or whatever. Although you don't need to be on the steroids. Guess what? You're still burning the fat because you're having the fat. So there's like unlimited source. Obviously, you don't want to be on the 3% fat, but because it's not healthy at all. But I'm just saying, there's never going to be the point in your daily lifestyle which you will be depleted from your energy source, because your energy source is basically you. So with that being said, you're supposed to now click in with the head and understanding, the more you fast, the more you fasting, which means the more days you're not eating anything, you're actually boosting your body even more. That's why it's so great, and that's why I'll be right now trying to do like intermittent fasting even on the weekends. Although I had some small snack, I had some nuts and a slice of the cheese today. So shame of you, Switch. Shame of you. But I'm feeling great. I had like today I burned on the exercise about 1,000 calories, but I'm on the fasting. I must last meal I had yesterday, almost, well, it's actually 24 hours ago. It's my first week on the keto, and a week before I started fasting with obviously the 48 hours period of fasting. So we're getting there. I don't feel yet like super energized, but we're getting there. Like next week supposed to be just kicking, and which is great. So yeah, unlimited energy. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. It's not how you look like. It's more like how you feels like. Imagine you're like 40 years old and you have the power of, I don't know, 20. And then you might say like, no, there's no way. But actually that's the way. That's the keto. So keto is amazing. So to not feel tired, dizzy head, obviously when you're on the carbs, and then when you're turning into that keto, you will know when you actually turn to the keto, because then you never will be having that stuff like a dizzy head. You're never going to have this one. That's why it's really hard to stop workout. Like I used to be on 5-6 hours on Saturdays and Sundays, and just people have been watching me, and with like some guy on the steroids, like just doing like every possible stuff on the gym, like bodybuilding for 4 to 5 hours, and then I was doing actually like 1 hour of the jumping on the boxes and stuff like that, stretching, and then I was finishing off with even the more cardio. So after that there was like a hit interval training, and I was doing even the running a little bit or something, and then I even have to use normal bicycle to get to the home. So yeah, it was a crazy days. Even funny if you're not eating anything and you can do that and you still feel positive and energized. So that's great. So to not feel tired, okay, the unlimited energy, obviously. And I think these are the two things for me. That unlimited energy. I don't really know. I really want to add something more to it. I don't know really. There is something I want to add. And obviously we are getting more fit because we are burning fat and we are actually shredding. But this is not like the things like I never was trying to be on the healthy diet to show off or doing some, although I'm doing some Instagram and YouTube, but it's more because it's just a hobby. Actually, even a year ago, I passed actually the nutritionist college as well. So I had an idea a year ago to do like a proper nutrition channel. But then Diablo 2 remaster came out. I was playing Diablo. So yeah, just give me a sec. Do I really want to add something into it? Why you want to be on the keto? So the switch, why you want to be on the keto? I think the switch want to be on the keto just simply because after that week or two, when you get that to that proper stage, just your energy is unlimited. Like 5 years ago, I remember I was eating, like lots of cheesecake because I have like a really sweet tooth. Energy drinks, which they don't really give you any energy because it's just sugar, so it's basically spiking your glucose, which means you just want to go to the bed even more, especially when you will be eating something on the lunch. Doesn't matter how old you are, 15, 20, 30, 40, whatever, and you just eating lots of carbs, you're not burning them, you're not fit. And that doesn't mean you are not fat if you're slim and you're eating still lots of carbs. You will have that dizzy head just in the other way. Like if you're actually eating and exceeding the amount of the sugar, which is really easy to exceed. I don't know the proper value right now, but basically the small slice of cheesecake is more than enough to actually exceed your glucose level, which means basically you just, it's the same like you will have like a insulin shot to your body, which people don't realize. Like, do you really need the insulin shot, like an injection? I assume not. So that's there we go. Like, so if you're going to snack one piece of a cheesecake, so this is the same like the insulin injection. Obviously there's like probably none people who will restrict that because firstly they don't know about that, and secondly like who don't want to eat the whole cheesecake. So yeah, I used to be one of those people who just bought the 1 kilo cheesecake and eat at once, and then after that drink some, energy drink. And I don't remember, it's like ages ago, 10 years ago. I used to play League of Legends as well, and then that was like my weekend setup all the time: cheesecake, pizza, chicken with white bread, lots of white bread baguettes, the French baguette, and lots of energy drinks, lots of Snickers, and that was my diet basically. So yeah, that was like a long time ago, but I remember 5 years ago I was like on some crappy one. And then the point is, I tried the keto because my ex-girlfriend was on the keto. Um, and then I just thought like, okay, yeah, why not? I'm just going to try. Like nothing going to like if nothing going to happen, then it's nothing going to happen, right? I mean, uh what's the reason why I shouldn't, right? So I tried. That took me 2 weeks to get to that state. Obviously, I didn't know what I supposed to expect. I was really into the cooking the stuff, and I learned how to cook the proper keto cheesecake, like 2 kilo cheesecake, and I was eating cheesecake every day. So you actually on the keto can eat the cheesecake every day. Obviously, it's going to be with the erythritol or either xylitol because you are not able to add any sugar from other sources. But at the end of the day, you can eat cheesecake. So you're just adding the mascarpone cheese, lots of like 5 to 6, lots of eggs, and then erythritol, xylitol, and you just, there you go, you're just mixing that. And you don't need the mixer because the mascarpone, obviously you will add the butter. Or well, the mascarpone cheese you don't need to add the butter because there's like only fat in that, and then you just bake in that, and it's amazing. It just, you have to try it. So you can actually eat the cheesecake. That's another really good reason. You, although I'm not doing that right now, I don't even not fancy, but maybe I will start. You can eat cheesecake. That's how you type. Probably not. That's probably I just done the mistake as well. Oh, doing right or no?
cheesecake.
Yeah, I think I type it right. Yeah, double E, is it? I think it's okay. Anyway, so that was also I was surprised, and that's why that was like my happiness, because I'm the person who liked cheesecake. Although I'm not doing it right now, but I might do at some point. I might even well, show you record after I'm just cooking it. I will put on the Instagram. I'm not doing this right now. I've done this 2 years ago, I believe so, and I was when I starting first time. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I don't remember right now. I think 3 years ago. So when I started starting first time, I was eating every day like a huge piece of cheesecake, because I realized it's a fat, it's having no sugar, and I can eat. So I haven't doing like, you know, the small cheesecake. I always was doing like more than 2 kilo one, so like a 2K cheesecake, and then I have lots of cheesecake for a whole week, and that was my basically weekly schedule, to doing always on Saturday the cheesecake. So that's also, I think that might be something interesting. You might find this interesting as well, because at the end of the day you will be actually eating. And why I'm mentioning this and talking about a lot about this cheesecake, just simply because this is like really easy to do, you know, just taking the form and just putting, you know, the mascarpone cheese, putting the eggs, putting the xylitol. You just basically don't need to mix with mixer, because it's already, the mass is already ready, it's mixed. So you're just doing this with the spoon, and you're just shoving it to the oven, and that's it, easy peasy, like the easiest possible way, and you can just eat this every day. And also, ideally, it's really good to know to do some soups, because it's really good to drink fat on daily basis. So especially when you're trying to get to the keto first time. So really recommend to you guys to cook. It's going to be Lyon steaks. I think it's called Lyon, not lion.
Lion.
Not lion. Yeah, not steaks from lion. Loin, excusez-moi, loin. Going to
Loin.
be, yeah, loin steaks, obviously not lion steaks. So just, I will probably do that at some point as well, because that was my starter. The first time I started 3 years ago, loin steaks. I was buying 12 of them, and then you're just cutting them into small pieces. So 12 of them, so they usually like goes with 6, so like 2 packages, and then you're just cutting that, basically putting the water, putting the veggies. You have like the best possible recipe, because you will just leave this on the hob and you can eat this on the daily basis. So Lyon steaks, and you're just adding the mushrooms, the peppers, spices, whatever you fancy. I actually fancy of the cinnamon. Obviously, one sec. What's the? I have the recipe somewhere, but just from the top of my head. Peppers, double P. Okay. Pepper, spices, mushroom, and then I don't remember right now. But overall, you can add whatever you fancy, whatever you fancy to add. Well, the main thing is to put the Lyon steaks, and the mushrooms are really great. Pepper and the spice. Just give me 1 minute. I might try to check the recipe. Just 1 second. I have somewhere close. Yeah, I have like the whole bag of the old recipes. So I'm just going to finish this video almost right now. But if I will find, somebody will find this. I mean, at some point I will just share with you guys, because I think it's really nice and really interesting. A really great taste. I think I have it. I have like one book with one recipe in it, and that's supposed to be that. 1 second. I having something. I having some vitamin minerals. That's not the one. Okay, so we're having actually 16 loin steaks. So it's going to be in the package of 8. So 16 loin steaks. Then we're putting the 10 balls of allspice. That's kind of important. So 10 balls of allspice, just to make it nice taste. 2 big onions. You see, there's a little bit more into that. 2 big onions. And then we are having 3 to 4 peppers. And I really recommend to add the cinnamon as the other spices, but you can add whatever you like, what you fancy. And courgette. That's the thing. That's the thing. Courgette. And then obviously you need to know how long we need to cook this. So we are adding the courgette. 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 Trying to cut every veggies like separate. Core. It's double T. I always doing lots of spelling mistakes. Courgette, and then we just cooking this for the same like a cheesecake, well, on 1 hour and a half. Although if you're going to leave this cheesecake even for 2 hours, it's nothing going to happen because it's only fat. So cook for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And the same like a cheesecake. Do you want to add something to it? I think I will do this after next. I mean, on the next month, after 2 weeks from now, because I have so much stuff on the bought so much. It's like a full fridge with chorizos and chorizos and chorizos and cheese and cheese and cheese and lots of butter ghee to do the bulletproof coffees. Yeah, so that will do. So basically, really, if you want to start, so that's like really good starter. You'll be happy. You'll be surprised. Why this is so amazing? This stew is so amazing just simply because you're just prepping at one day, like Sunday, and then you will have on every day like really valuable meal. So you don't need to do anything after, for example, you're just finishing the work or whatever, just getting to home, and then you just need to heat this up, and you can just eat straight away. So you just need to then prep some other meals for your lunch, other break if you're having 2 breaks. For the breakfast, you can you can prepare your meal for the breakfast as well the day before, and on the evening obviously you can just eat some fish. But the keto is all about to not really need to eat a lot, but also with that being said, there are some keto variants which you can easily eat 3, 4, or 5 meals, which I've been on that version a year ago, the last year, and right now I'm on the intermittent fasting version. I'm almost finished, guys, just simply because I have like really short breaks right now. The last year on my last work I had like 2 breaks, which been like each half an hour, I believe. So I don't remember right now, or maybe they've been like each 50 minutes, or was one half an hour and one 50 minutes. And right now I have like 3 breaks, but both are 10 minutes each. So I'm not saying like I'm not able to eat in 10 minutes, but then I just don't want to. So I just choose right now, like I'm eating half of my calories intake and macros on the morning, which is 6 a.m. and then I just fasting 12 hours. So I'm not eating anything at work, although I actually consuming calories because I have the bulletproof coffee, and I will explain that in some other videos. So how you can actually easily fast even working as like a labor, because I actually have like a heavy duty work right now. But I'm not saying like it's the first week, so I'm a little bit tired, but I think in the next week I'm supposed to be fine. I will let you know how it goes, how my energy level are. And with that being said, we almost hitting 50 minutes. But I think that somebody will find this interesting if that's true. If that's right, you can just give me a like, because that's always appreciated. I mean, I will see you at some video. The other video, well, obviously it's a weekend right now, so I will try to do maybe tomorrow something, although I don't know. But my idea for this channel is obviously doing on the weekend basis, not on the daily basis anymore. Weekend content with the keto supplementation and food, and later on I might just buy some proper camera and I will just do the reviewing the stuff. Not really like a advertising purpose. It's more like just to share my opinion from the stuff I'm using. So there we go. If there's going to be some other ideas, I will obviously let you know. Other than that, I'm a huge and big fan of playing Magic the Gathering, so I might just actually doing some Magic the Gathering, but maybe I will swap into that maybe more. But other than that, actually during the week, I don't really have much time to doing the content, so yeah, it's going to be just some casual Switch, doing some casual keto content and maybe Magic the Gathering. Also, with that being said, I'm just finishing right now, but I don't really know what game do I want to play anymore. Today I just felt like I don't really want to play anything anymore. I really feel like right now I'm on that, what to put it, like I'm really feel right now like I'm just going back to track with the keto and getting back to energy, the proper energy levels. I'm not going to say like I'm going back to be fit. No, that's never was my point. But to feel like you have unlimited energy every day, that's not a great feeling. You have to ask yourself, do you want to have, and then we're just going to finish with this one. Do you want to have F loads of energy? And there you go. You have to ask yourself, do you want to have like a massive amount of energy? And it's going to be usually after a week or maybe 2 weeks. It depends how fast you are able to get to that proper keto state. Okay, dokie. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. See you guys in the next video. If somebody like it, dislike it. And then have a nice rest of the weekend because it's Saturday. It's still Saturday. And tomorrow I probably will do some stream, or maybe even today I will do some Hearthstone. At the end of the day, it's just totally casual approach on this channel. And then, yeah, if you like it, I'm really happy if somebody can learn something from it, some basic stuff about the nutrition and keto. And yeah, thank you very much, guys, one more time for watching, and have a great weekend, and see you at some point. I don't know when, because with me is, different. Everything. I just switching all the time the stuff, but that's just me. So I supposed to be myself, right? Okay, though. Thank you very much, guys. One more time. I know I always saying goodbye 3 times or 4 times, but really excited about the stuff. Usually I'm doing, even if I'm not a professional, because I'm not a professional with any like editing or anything. But I'm always happy to share something which I wanna, talk about it. Okay, though. Take care and bye for now.